Hi, one thing you need to know about ViewBinding is actually null safety. Okay, so that means it can handle when one view is not there and when it's there actually. So one specific case scenario I found when I was working with ViewBinding is the following one. So let's give an example. If we come back, to our, let's say, in a main container, for example, in our main container, we will see inside. Let's go to the main container. Okay, in this main container, we can actually come here and add a new text. Add new text view. Let's copy this text view. Let's add it here on the top, and let's say text view contain optional. Okay, so this is gonna be, this is hero fragment. The optional. Let's go to the split. We can see it is on top, but the bottom to the top off, and let's put the container. Okay, so let's see, we have this off parent. Let's remove this part. All right, so we have this text optional, etc. And now to see the null safety, we have this main, fragment main container, but we're gonna create a new one here on the layout. We're just gonna create a new layout, and here in the new layout, we're gonna say, this layout direction, or let's put that layout orientation, which is gonna be easier to test. Layout, orientation is put here. It's gonna be landscape always. Okay, and this one is gonna be fragment main container. Cool. So now we have two. Let's get this just for consistency. This one, as we can see, is a new one just for landscape. Let's go to the code. We can actually add it here inside to the code. Good. So now we can remove this optional. Okay. So now we remove this optional only in the landscape. So here on this optional, let's get it. Let's go to the container itself. Now we have this text view container, and now say binding dot container. No, sorry, text view optional. Okay. Now have a look at this. One of them is text view, and is always is not optional, and the other one is optional. Why this one is optional? It is optional because view binding actually detects when one view, it can be or it cannot be at some point. Okay, as we know, this text view container is on all the layouts. Text view container. So always this view is gonna be there. But this text view optional is only when it's in portrait, not in landscape. Let's go back. Let's have a look. This text container is going, no, sorry, text view optional. And now we need to add nullable text. And now this one, this is only on portrait. All right. So let's stop it and run it. This one is very nice to know, because if for example you are transferred all your code from previous approach or Butterknife, etc., from ViewBinding, so from Butterknife to ViewBinding, from synthetic to ViewBinding, at the moment you can see it is optional, is because at some point in any of your layouts is not there. That view is not there. So it can be when it's maybe in a tablet, or it is when it's in portrait and landscape, etc. So keep in mind, if that is nullable, it's because at some point that specific view is not going to be there. Now, as we can see, we have this. This is only on portrait. And now let's rotate it. If we rotate it, this one is gonna create it again. Ooh. Okay, so the emulator is no goes very well. Okay, so this is only in portrait. Let's put landscape. Okay. All right, but we can actually see it here on the. We can actually see it here on the bottom. Okay, it is not there. Okay, just to make it clear, let's make it here. Let's put a breakpoint so we can actually see it properly. Okay, let's put the breakpoint. All right. So now we have the breakpoint. Wait, this is not. So now we have the breakpoint. Let's rotate it. Oh, okay. So now we go to the variables. Let's get it here. Yep. So let's go to the variable. We can actually say the optional, and the optional is going to be there is a material text view in this case, etc. Cool. And now we can actually play it. See, and now we can rotate it, and now we can see this text view optional is absolutely no. So that is everything for the video. Okay, please play around with the view binding. It's very easy. Once you start with the view binding, it's really easy to use. So please play around, etc. And if you have any questions, please leave it there for me, and I will reply to you as quick as possible. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Until the next one.